A protest on the Auckland Harbour Bridge has been called off after new plans for the cycle and walkway revealed a bigger project and a budget blowout. The Transport Agency this morning released plans for its preferred option for a shared 5-metre wide path adjacent to the lanes of traffic. Protesters had planned on marching over the bridge this weekend to highlight the lack of progress, but now the warring parties have decided to get over it and build a bridge. Alex Perrottet reports.
The Transport Agency are philosophically opposed to providing walking and cycling access across this bridge.
10 years ago, this crowd took to the Harbour Bridge on foot and bike. The police finally giving them safe passage for their protest. Last year, the government pledged to fund the shared cycle and walkway to the tune of $67 million, and Skypath Trust thought it was in the box seat to deliver its design. Auckland Council had already given resource consent back in 2015. But the Trust's Bevan Woodward says it all went sour last year when NZTA went quiet.
6 months ago since we had any meeting with NZTA, 6 months since we've spoken to them.
An independent investigation by law firm Simpson Grierson, released today, says the NZTA and Skypath never had a contractual relationship, and that Bevan Woodward's expectation that Skypath would be engaged to design and build it were unfounded.
The investigation had very narrow terms of reference, and so we knew that it would be effectively a whitewash. What is good about the investigation is they recognised the communication was unacceptable.
The NZTA's Brett Glidden admitted the agency could have worked better with Skypath.
The Simpson and Grierson report's there for people to read. There's some lessons in there around how we've communicated with them. We'll take on those lessons, but it shows we acted in good faith.
Today, the NZTA released this new design, which Brett Glidden says is bigger and better.
The Auckland Harbour Bridge is a very important asset to New Zealand. It's probably our most strategic asset. It takes a lot of traffic, a lot of services. It's really important that we protect that asset. We can't make that asset vulnerable in any way. So we have to take that into account no matter what we do. So we've been committed to walking and cycling, but we've got to have an option that we see is enduring and ensures that we maintain the integrity of the Auckland Harbour Bridge. And that's what we believe we've delivered with this option.
Now, the design of the new Skypath means that it won't be clipped on the side. It'll actually be attached to the piers. That means it can be wider, 5 metres wide. It'll have room for cyclists as well as pedestrians, as well as people who just want to stop and take in the view. It'll connect the North Shore Sea Path right down here to West Haven. Now, Skypath says it's still keen to work with the NZTA. However, the old design that's been scrapped cost $69 million. This new design will cost upwards of $100 million. Skypath says it also just wants to get the job done. It's happy to work with the NZTA, but the earliest the NZTA says it can be delivered is 3.5 years.
So we asked a few joggers and cyclists what they made of the idea, as well as the fact that the time frame and costs are running away.
I'll run with you. The Skypath is going to go up right next to the Harbour Bridge. Are you happy with that idea?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
It's going to be 3.5 years though. Can you wait that long?
Oh, it's going to take ages, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think many people will use it. I'm assuming it'll end up like the cycle paths where no bugger will use them.
100% pro. I live on the shore, I work in the city. If I could cycle around to work, it'd be awesome.
Skypath across the Harbour Bridge, would you take it? Would you walk on it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Would you pay $100 million for it though?
Probably not.
Yeah, my mother lives on the shore, a few of our old mates on the shore, I'd use it all the time. Try to get a car off the road. Yeah.
Nah, not for me, eh?
Yeah, not excited about it? They're going to spend $100 million too.
Sounds a bit expensive.
Yeah, okay.
Not only will the project cost more, Bevan Woodward still wants his money. He says he's $1.6 million out of pocket for all his work, developing plans that the Transport Agency is no longer using. After today's meeting, he's more confident he'll get something. Brett Glidden says he'll try to save money and time by using the existing consent and wants to start work early next year. The government has a $390 million walking and cycling package in the land transport program, but couldn't commit today to funding the $32 million gap. Associate Transport Minister Julianne Genter's office says the project is a priority, but she'll wait and see the business case as it progresses. Others seem equally resigned to the wait-and-see approach.
So when are they going to start building it?
Well, they reckon the earliest they'll deliver it is 3.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Can you wait that long?
Yeah, maybe.
And that was Alex Perrottet reporting there. And if you were listening rather than watching, you really do need to go online and watch Alex running in his work clothes after joggers there.